Hello and welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Great to have you here. Today we're going to take a look at this watch, the SKMEI 9288. I didn't do an unboxing video for this because it just came in an envelope in this packaging, so I thought I would put it just on the front of this video basically. So you can get this on AliExpress. I think I paid around about £20 for this. Obviously it's taken its design leads from the TISSOT PRX. So I thought we'd take a look at this. Let's just pop this out of the packaging. Just some basic packaging, as you can see. Instruction manual on the back. On the back it says 928805. I'm guessing 05 is possibly the colourway. They do this in a few colours, but I will show them on the screen in a little bit. So first look at this. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that looks good. I quite like that. I went with the black version. I've got to stop buying black watches. I think I need to add a bit more colour to my collection. So on the next few that I order, I'll make sure I don't order black. Nicely wrapped up. Some wrapping around the bracelet, as we can see. Let me just take this off. And there we go. Great. So what I'll do is I'll take the packaging off this, and then we'll have a look at what we get for our £20. Right, so you may notice that I shot that sort of unpackaging video a little bit earlier because you can see that the background's changed and everything. And I'd unpacked it and I was watching the video back and I suddenly realised the issue that you may have already spotted. Look at the Z, or Z, as they say in the United States, on quartz. What on earth is going on there? It is spaced out and half a line up. I'll try and put some macro shots on it at the minute, if I've managed to do that. But yeah, so already this watch isn't off to the greatest of starts because that printing is pretty awful. But I will continue to do the review, go through everything, but that is a bit of a stinker, straight out the packaging. Right, so just a quick recap. This is the SKMEI 9288 quartz watch, £20, $22 from AliExpress. I will put up the other colours just as well because there's several different ones. I went with the black one, and I've already pointed out that we've got an issue with the printing on this, but I do like this style of watch. Obviously, it's a PRX style of watch, and it looked really nice out the box. That printing's killed it a little bit, but this is what we're going to get. So if you go with this style of watch, we've got, it is a 40mm in diameter. It's 44.5mm lug to lug. The strap width is 18mm, so really quite compact. Goes with the watch really. And the thickness is 11mm. So it's nice and tight little watch with a 40mm and a 44 lug to lug, and it weighs in with the bracelet 117 grams, so not a heavy watch particularly. A really good looking watch, a really good looking style. Yes, it sort of throws back to that sort of 70s era. I should be able to remember that. I think my dad might have had one similar to this over the years, but all these flat angular surfaces make it look really good. Now the build of the watch, the store that I got it from actually contradicts itself because in the specifications it says it's a stainless steel case. However, when you look on the infogram, it actually says that it's a zinc coated case. So I'd go with the latter, zinc coated, give it this polished look, which actually isn't too bad. I've seen better, but it's not too bad at all. Obviously got these really flat angular surfaces which give this style of watch a really nice unique look. I do like it, and it's not too bad to finish on it, to be fair to it. Now the glass, or well the crystal, is just stated as glass, and I do think it is just a piece of glass. So it's really domed, lots of light play on it there, as you can see. Adds to the look of that watch and that sort of vintage style of watch. The overall build of it isn't too bad. We'll get onto the bracelet on a little bit where there's a little bit of an issue. Now this watch is a simple watch. I mean the dial's pretty simple. This is the black version. As I say, there's several other versions including the blue, a white, sort of salmon off the top of my head. This is the black one. As you can see, the dial is quite simple. We've just got a plain black dial, simple slender indices which are lumed. Hands are sword style, again quite slender, just keeping it really nice and simple. Edged in silver and lumed. We've got SKMEI above the pinion, and then quartz, or quart with a, I don't know, squared maybe, on the bottom of the pinion. And then we've got a day date just at 3 o'clock. I think I'm beginning to appreciate a day date complication like that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you prefer just a single date? Do you prefer a watch without a date? Or do you prefer the day date? I think I'm swinging more towards the day date rather than just the date, to be quite honest. I've got a couple of watches and I think I'm really enjoying that look a little bit more. Now, again, as I say, simple, plain black. We've got the minute markers just on the outside, which brings us up to the bezel, and that bezel is just a polished, simple bezel that goes down to the main body of the watch. Very simple look, very classic look really, with that sort of PRX style. Now it's got 30 meters worth of water resistance allegedly. It doesn't state that on the dial. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Lume, you bang average to poor. Doesn't pass my 3 AM test at all. But as I say, maybe this watch isn't about that. This is possibly a little bit more dressy, isn't it? So you might wear this if you're out and about, maybe with your other half, going out for a meal or something like that. I think this would be ideal for that. Now, case back wise, it's pretty straightforward. Let me just take it off the stand. Polished case back, screw down, water resistant WR30M, SKMEI 9288. And then it's got the battery code on there, SR626SW. It's always nice to know what battery's going in it if it's a quartz watch, to be fair, but it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing particularly amazing about the back. That's just printed on. Kind of just goes with the simplicity of the watch itself. So bracelet wise, this is just a simple sort of Y-shaped linked stainless steel bracelet with butterfly clasp. Oh, if I can get it off. Pretty straightforward. I'm not a massive fan of butterfly clasps. I've had issues with them in the past, but that's what it is. Sometimes I also find that if they are too angled up here, this can dig in your wrist. I've not had that with this one particularly. Now, the bracelet's okay, but there are some edges on here which are a little sharp. They're not sharp enough, not going to cut you, but they certainly catch you, and this can certainly be a little bit of a hair nipper. So not the best bracelet in the world, to be quite honest. So again, just doesn't add up to a great all-round package. Now the strap is brushed and the body is polished. I've said that plenty of times on different watches, but you can see there's a slight colour difference. And I also noted that on the marketing for this, and if I can bring it up I will, you can see that it actually shows on the marketing that the top of the body is brushed, or it certainly gives that effect, and not it's polished. So you just need to be a little bit wary of that if you're going to order this particular watch as well. So here it is on wrist. It looks really good on wrist. That 40 mils body is nice. The shorter lug to lug is good. And then we've got that width on the 18 mil strap that comes down to the butterfly clip, going really nice and thin. I never measured what that was actually. I think it looks really good, but this watch has really let me down. Obviously this printing on the front, I really should have been picked up by some sort of quality control. Maybe that says something. Bracelet is a little sharp on the edges. This matte brushing is slightly yellow compared to the body. Just don't think it's a really great watch. I don't often say watches off Ali are not good, because normally they're good value for money, but I'd struggle with this one. It could just be this particular watch. You might pick one up and have no problem at all. So I will leave a link into the description. I'll also put a link into a couple of other versions which are very similar. I know Pagani do one which is a bit more money, but I'll put a couple of links into there as well. So not a bad watch, looks are great, let down by quality control really. Now if this isn't your type of watch, This might be your type of watch. It's the Bernie AM138M. This is the one with the fully lumed dial. I did a review on this a little while ago, and I'll put a link up into the corner. Thanks to everybody that subscribed and left comments. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what other watches you guys are looking at, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.